Welcome back to the fourth installment of the Woodwork. Today we have a special guest. We have Meq on today. We will leave his TikTok in the description. Thank you for coming on today, Meq. Really appreciate it.
No problem.
All right, so first topic, biggest topic, I would just say, I just want to send some prayers up to Pep. His mom passed today due to the coronavirus. Really sad, and just puts things in perspective that nobody is left unaffected by this, and it's really sad. And although we're enemies on the pitch, off the pitch we're all just the same, and I just really think that sucks. I saw that as well. Another big story, the Serie A wage cut. Every team is cutting wages in Serie A. I think that's also understandable. Their biggest brand deal is probably ESPN Plus, so the fact that games aren't running on there right now and new subscriptions aren't being filled, that definitely hurts them here in the U.S. And then otherwise, just the pure fact that there isn't any games, there's no Champions League, there's nothing going on, so they're not bringing in any revenue. Similar to the Prem, but I think Serie A has got a little bit less of financial resources in that aspect. Also, Luke Shaw is now bald.
Yes. Luke Shaw is now bald.
I don't know if you guys saw it. Yeah, everybody's doing it. Martial went bald. I didn't think it looked bad, but Luke Shaw, that's an interesting one.
I didn't see Luke Shaw's, but Martial looked different. Hazard went bald. A lot of people went bald.
Hazard's kind of always he's always had like a shaved head though.
It was a buzz cut, but there's still a little bit of hair.
Sticking with Luke Shaw though, he said on a stream yesterday that he thinks the Premier League season, if it is not due to resume, that it should be voided, that it's scrap it, you have to.
It's easy for him to say because he's not clear of the title. It's GG's. If he was a Liverpool player, guaranteed wouldn't be saying the same thing.
Yeah, I feel you. But at the same time, I tend to agree with him. I would say if you can't finish, then it just makes sense to restart at the end of the day or to scrap it all. Because if you don't have fans in the stadium, I think his point was more fans than anything. He was saying how if there's no fans in the stadium, then it's not the same, and it just wouldn't be football.
Honestly, I like my opinion is that we should just wait as long as possible for it to be possible for it to be fans, and then finish off the season no matter how long it takes. Because how you gonna deal with the 3 teams in relegation?
Yeah,
Champions League spots. There's no way every team is gonna agree on one decision. They just have to wait as long as possible and get the season over with.
Yeah.
So, Meq, when would you restart the next, or when would you start the next season? You're just gonna wait.
Yeah, whenever they say it's safe enough. I mean, the thing is, it might mess with the Euros because that's gonna be next summer. They might have to push that further again. Depends on how bad the virus is, but it's just I'm from a Liverpool fan's perspective. It's been 30 years. They haven't won a title. The first time around it comes, they can't even finish off the season.
Yeah.
Either give them the title and call it GG's from there, but if just voiding it is too unfair. I can't see how that would happen.
I do think it would be kind of wrong to deprive Liverpool of a title just because of this, but then again, I would find it slightly amusing because I'm a United fan, but I think it would definitely suck to be a Liverpool fan during this time.
For sure. So if the transfer window does get shortened and you're probably only able to get one player, Meq, who would you want Chelsea to sign?
The thing is, our defense is it's bad, but our best area is the midfield. I think everything is set there. We already have Ziyech. We do have wingers and attackers, so I would go for like a class center back, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Or a left back.
Yeah, because Azpilicueta is not.
That's what Quetta and Alonso. That's what I mean. Reece James is good, so I think the right back is set.
I do like Reece James.
Yeah, it's just the left side. Marcus Alonso cannot be our starter.
I would see a scenario in which you guys would go. I think the other day we were talking about Ben Chilwell. I would like to see a scenario where Ben Chilwell would be approached by a team like Chelsea. I think that would be a good fit.
Ben Chilwell. I think we were after Alex Telles as well.
I like Alex Telles a lot. He plays for Porto.
Yeah, Porto.
I like Alex Telles. He's been really good for them the past few years.
Alex Telles would be. People really just want Sancho just for just for this, just because it's
That's
Sancho, and it's just a competition between Chelsea, Man U, first one to get there. But I honestly, and I think we might be getting Coutinho as well. Coutinho is getting a close deal, so Coutinho, Ziyech, and Alex Telles would be a nine. But Ole though, I don't. Do you really see you guys going somewhere with him? Honestly,
that's the thing that we were talking about.
Yeah.
I think last episode.
Yeah, we talked about that last episode, and I said, why not?
you think, or would you rather get like a Pochettino or Simeone in there just to?
I think if Ole gets the signings that he wants, like Sancho and like a Grealish or something, I think we could possibly challenge for another championship soon.
Yeah, I think that the signings that have come in that Ole's made have been absolutely fantastic. I don't see one bad signing there.
Yeah,
There hasn't been a flop.
he has.
Even Igalo.
Yeah,
Which is it's just it's incredible to me. And given that, I think that if you get somebody like Sancho and you get maybe one more piece like a Grealish, I think you're looking at a team that when you look at that team, you're saying that's serious. Now you mean business. You've got a player like Jadon Sancho, Martial up front, Rashford out on that left, Pogba, Bruno,
Pogba's
Fred.
staying though.
That's what we've been talking about.
That's the next thing I
Yeah.
want to talk about. But if you look at that team, just based on that, that's serious. That's serious.
But wouldn't you want another class center back to pair with Maguire?
I mean, I like Lindelof and Bailly right now.
Oh, I forgot about Bailly. Bailly, last time when we played when we played United last time, he seemed reckless, but he was getting it done.
That's what he does. He dribbles the ball out of the back. Even though it doesn't look
That
like he
was so
can, he
sick.
does.
It's risky and reckless, but the thing is he gets it done, so you really can't blame him for it.
He's fast. He's fast for a center back. I like that. Dylan, wanted to ask you about this too. Leia Keep says that Pogba is determined to leave. Leia Keep is
I saw that.
French. They're some hit or miss. I don't know what to believe anymore. Honestly, I got to a point last year where I was sick and just wanted Pogba to leave. But we've shown what we can do without Pogba. But I just want to see the point. I want to see. Because I think Pogba is looking at that Bruno signing and saying, we could do crazy things in that midfield.
Well, I saw from the French news that Pogba, if he were to leave, he'd choose Real over Juventus. I think. Okay. So we got Bruno, Fred, McTominay to build with, and Pogba. I think if he were to see Jadon Sancho come in too, and another center back, he'd want to stay, and I think he believed that they could win something bigger than domestic cups or like the Europa League.
I think rightly so. And I think we talked about this before as well. No team can afford Pogba with the price that we're demanding at the moment.
Yeah, except for like Madrid.
But I don't think Madrid are going to pay that much. Is my point.
Yeah, because it's like, I think it's like 110 mil.
They just re-signed Modric to I think
Yeah.
2023 or 2024 on an extension. So clearly they're not planning on going out and getting a Pogba because what are you going to do? Are you going to drop a Ballon d'Or winner?
But honestly, if I was a United fan, everyone knows how great Pogba is, but I would rather get him out of there, get the money, and invest in another center back, because I don't want to sound like all those old heads that on sports talk about that he messes up the dressing room and stuff, but it's definitely in the back of their minds. It's definitely in the players' back of their minds. So I would get him out of there, get the money, and invest, because you have enough midfield options, and especially if you get Grealish, and Sancho wouldn't really play in the middle, but you have McTominay, Fred, Bruno, and Grealish if he does come. So I would honestly get the money for Pogba.
See, I just don't trust the United would smartly and reinvest that. Is the point. I think that personally, I want to see what Pogba and Bruno do together.
that is like a dangerous duo. Because Bruno without Pogba right now, who does he have? He has Fred around him. What other high IQ player does he really have? I mean, Martial.
I mean, we just kind of use Matic to kind of just sit at the back and just be like kind of a brick wall. And I think Fred kind of comes up a little bit more. I think him and Fred have been really good together. That's why I don't think you can drop Fred when Pogba comes back into that team.
The thing is, if you play the three of Fred, Pogba, and Bruno, that's gonna be weak defensively.
Which is also the point. I think Fred's shown that he's been really, really good defensively this season. I would try it, and if it doesn't,
one defensive mid, and he's not really a defensive mid.
yeah, he's not really gonna sit. I agree with that.
I think that's why people in the back of people's minds is Wilfred Ndidi coming maybe because he plays that DM role really well.
Ndidi would be a good signing,
Yeah.
but then you're gonna have to drop one of your midfielders.
And I don't see him even leaving Leicester because they're in third place right now.
But
Mac,
no,
I have a question for you. So I saw Donnarumma to Chelsea.
Donnarumma.
Yes. Say yes.
See?
Take
See?
him.
Kepa, bro, listen. Kepa had a great first season, and then everyone dips in form. It happens to everyone. You get benched. He came back in against Liverpool. Had a clean, did he have a clean sheet? I think it was a clean sheet. 2-0. He played great. So, and he's still young, and he has that big price tag. Most expensive goalkeeper of all time. There's obviously going to be pressure. I don't want to replace him. I would stick with him for another year, see how he is. I don't think we need another goalkeeper because his defense in front of him is very, very shaky as well. Because when he got dropped, we were still conceding goals with Caballero. Nothing was changed. So it's
Shit.
yeah. I mean, the thing is we've conceded the least amount of shots on target in the league, I think, and we're conceding so many goals. So that part you can blame Kepa. He has the worst save percentage, but then again, they are letting. I don't know. It's the defense.
It is your defense. Switching back to Jadon Sancho for a second, I think the only valuable link to Chelsea that he has is that he's from London.
And Lampard being his idol. The thing is, I think it's gonna end up like this. Whoever gets Champions League is who he's going to. That's what I think.
But that was the thing that I was about to say. Sources in Germany, and this is coming from The Athletic, Sancho likes the idea of a team being built solely around him at United, a team that he can walk into, and regardless of Champions League football. So even if I still think United have the best chance at signing him, just because there's so many people that he's friends with.
If United and Chelsea both get Champions League, he's gonna go to United. But
yeah,
if United doesn't get Champions League, I mean Sancho would walk straight into our team as well. Honestly, I don't think we need Sancho. I'd rather get a world-class striker. Because Tammy's great. He's our top goal scorer, but the chances he misses is actually ridiculous, bro.
Yeah, that's true.
When he's in form, though, I really like him.
Yeah. The beginning of the season, he was literally untouchable. Like two goals, and then a hat trick. No one was stopping him, but I don't know.
Oh, we stopped him.
He's yeah.
I got Ferran Torres of Valencia to replace Sancho if he leaves Borussia Dortmund.
Every club wants every club wants him.
Yeah, but they at least have a what do you call it? A replacement lined up, and I'm pretty sure he
probably go.
Just watch PSG come in and swoop with 200 million, just take him out of everyone's hand.
For who? Jadon Sancho?
Yeah, this is some.
Oh,
they're a dark horse, but I still don't think he would go there. What reason would he go there other than
money?
I don't think he's that kind of player.
No one is that kind of player until you offered the money.
They think that they can keep Mbappe for now. They think so.
I don't think Mbappe is staying.
I don't think he's staying either. I think he'll leave next summer. I think he'll go to Real Madrid. I said on the last episode, mark my words, you could put it down on your calendar right now. I think you're going to see Haaland and you're going to see Mbappe both in Real Madrid shirts next summer.
Haaland makes
perfect sense. Benzema is aging.
But they have Jovic.
But Jovic has been a flop. He had one good season, but nothing even close to what Haaland's doing right now.
Yeah, but Haaland could do the same thing, possibly.
But Haaland is on a different level than what Jovic was on last year. I think Jovic, yes, did very well, but Haaland is doing it in Champions League on multiple teams, not just for Leipzig. He's doing it on Dortmund. He's doing it in the Bundesliga, honestly better than what Jovic was doing. He comes on, he scores a hat trick.
Jovic was doing it in the Europa League. This guy's doing it in the Champions League.
But then again, you remember last year during a Europa League game, it was Frankfurt and Chelsea, and Jovic didn't show up. They had to put Haller on.
Yeah, he scored one, and it was over from there. Didn't do anything else. What do you guys actually think about St. Maximin? Do you think he can do it in a big club or no?
I think he's got to prove himself for another season at Newcastle.
Yeah,
but I think he's shown promise.
Better players behind him.
He against teams, he just like glides past players. I think that if he could start finishing his chances a little bit more.
Finishing, that's all he needs.
Yeah.
Same thing with Adama. Before he broke out, Chelsea were on him, but then they were just so like they saw his finishing, his end product was bad. Then rolls around the next season where he's just scoring goals for.
So you think St. Maximin's gonna have a breakout season next year?
I don't know. It really depends on Newcastle, to be honest.
This is my time. Okay, Christian Pulisic. I just want to talk to Meq about Christian Pulisic. No, okay. I think everyone knows he's my favorite player. I've been following him since he was probably my age, like whenever he went over to Dortmund. I think on form, I think he is super underrated. On form, scoring a hat trick for Chelsea, it's incredible. What do you think about Christian Pulisic, Meq?
Probably our most dangerous attacker on the ball, to be honest. Hudson-Odoi is right behind him, but the injuries really fucked him over. If he never got injured, he would have stayed in the lineup because he was a starting player.
I just think it's insane. Him scoring a hat trick in the Premier League is great.
The perfect hat trick.
Yeah, the perfect way. It's just great for the United States as well.
The States are having a lot of youth coming out now.
Dest.
Yeah, we got some pretty good players. We got Pulisic,
Sebastian McKinney,
Adams.
Dest at Ajax, Pulisic.
Adams.
Yeah,
Tyler Adams.
Most of them are in the German league.
Mm-hmm. Which is a good way to grow talent.
Honest predictions on the next World Cup, though.
I mean, we've got to qualify first.
I mean, let's say we do qualify.
I think for the next World Cup, it's going to be kind of shaky. But then for whenever we come to the U.S. and we host it, I think we'll do pretty good.
By then, how old would these boys be? They'd probably be in their prime.
Yeah, they'd probably be in their prime. Yep.
See, I think you're definitely seeing the impact of MLS academies and things like that. You're definitely going to start seeing it. I've predicted, I think personally, that you're going to see the quality of the MLS really, really start to show in about 15 years. They're going to be up there with some of the best leagues in the world because I just think money-wise and profits is just going to really dictate how well they do.
They pretty much produced Alphonso Davies.
Yes and no. I think yes, but at the same time, he still joined Bayern when he was young. He was still like 17.
Yeah, but they're like what started them pretty much.
Weston McKennie and Tyler Adams both came from the MLS.
Yeah. Well, I think Tyler Adams moved to Leipzig, right? That's where he's at right now, right? It's because it's a sister club to Red Bulls.
Yeah, so it was easier for him, but I'm saying like Weston McKennie, he played for the FC Dallas, their youth academy, and then he made that move over to where's he, Schalke?
Yeah, the MLS academies are definitely getting a lot better, and I can definitely see that continuing. Mm-hmm. I think you're
it's
definitely
going to
start
the US
to see
so much.
Well, first of all, like you're starting to see South American players come to the MLS over Europe, like Pizarro. He could have gone to Europe, but he chose to go to a new team, Inter Miami. Like, you're starting to see that shift eventually. In 15 years, I guarantee you'll start to see players from Europe come over here.
If you put yourself in a situation where, like, let's say you're an up-and-coming footballer from the States, you're literally the next big thing. And the two options are, you go to Europe, you chase your dream, do what everyone else would do, or you stay in the MLS and make the MLS bigger. Which road are you taking?
I don't know, but I just think that you're gonna start to see a shift.
I think if you were to stay in Europe, I mean, if you were to stay in the U.S. and you were a pinnacle shift in the U.S., everyone would appreciate you, and I think you would be a huge player instead of being like an average player maybe in Europe.
Yeah, see, the thing is, like, you can go to MLS and you can play for, like, one of the bigger teams, like Galaxy or LAFC or, like, the Sounders. Or you can go to Europe and then you're, like, stuck at Salford City or something like that.
I'm said big thing like an ex Pulisic, where you would go to a big team. You would go maybe to like an Arsenal or something like that. Or your other choice is to stay in the US and make the MLS bigger than it is.
I think I personally just think you're going to see growth through the academy, and you're just going to start to see players migrate towards here eventually. I just that's my personal opinion. I just think that the market's huge here and untapped.
I think the thing that sucks for the U.S. right now is there is that player wage. Like, you're not allowed to play a certain. Like, it's the same with all the sports in the U.S., like basketball
and everything. There's like that.
Yeah, the cap. So that's what kind of is holding back the football in America.
And after the American, like the players right now, the big boy players from America, when they do get older or when they're about to finish, 1,000% they're about to come back to the MLS. I mean, they are showing because if you think about it, the youth players in the U.S. probably think like before the Pulisic and stuff, they probably thought they had no chance of going to Europe, but now they're showing that they have a chance. So it's probably going to make it even more better for the academies now.
Yeah, I think Christian Pulisic has, like, a lot of young players have looked at him and said, "Well, this guy can do it, and he did do it. Why can't I?" And that's kind of why, like, Tyler Adams chose to go over there. And I think a lot of players now are like, "Hey, Europe is an actual place that I can play." And being from America, like, you wouldn't have thought, like, maybe even 5 years ago, wow, I can play in Europe and go chase my dreams.
There was players like Landon Donovan, Clint Dempsey, but they weren't really playing for the big teams.
Yeah, Clint Dempsey was playing for Fulham.
He was playing for Fulham. Yeah, whereas, like, Christian Pulisic, he's playing for Dortmund, now Chelsea. Like,
Wow,
and Tim Howard, of course. We can't forget about Tim Howard.
Oh yeah,
Goalie is different though.
Yeah, it is.
They're
We
always
do have
A little different.
that made it to.
yeah.
But it's just surprising. Like, Christian Pulisic has really made that big shift for American football.
Thank you guys for watching the 4th installment of the Woodwork, and I want to say a big thanks to Meq for coming on today. We really appreciate it. Really liked your input. We'll definitely have you back here soon.